Hello everybody, this is Nosfctech with another knife review. As you can see, this is a very nice and beautiful knife. It's spring assisted. Of course it's made in China because it's really cheap. You can see here it says stainless steel, but as you know, I don't really like Chinese made knives because the quality is quite poor and sometimes they're really crappy. This is medium quality, and especially for the price you get it, it's really nice knife, and it has some features which make it one of my favorite cheap knives. I really like to carry this knife, and I will tell you why in just a few moments. Okay, let's see some of the features it has. It has dual thumb stud for lefties or righties, and it also has flipper design which you can actuate like this. Wait, here you can actuate like this. It has a liner lock which is not out enough, so sometimes it's a little bit difficult to deactivate it, so you can close the knife, but if you dig it out you will find it. It has some holes here for the design, and as you can see here, it has a pattern which looks really like a carbon, which it isn't, because if it was carbon this will be a much more expensive knife than it is. I will tell you the price later. It's plastic, and this makes it really light. I will measure the weight and post it up there, and this is really a very lightweight blade, and for the size, as you can see my hand is here, it's really adequate for everyday carry, and because it's quite large you can maybe use it in the emergency defense role, which I don't highly recommend it because it's quite cheaper knife. I would prefer to protect my life with a little bit something a little bit more expensive, a little bit more durable, but in an emergency role this will probably do just fine. Of course it doesn't match the quality and the characteristics on other much more expensive knives with greater lockups and everything, but still it can get the job done if you have to. And at the same time I really prefer these cheaper knives for everyday carry, so I will not really damage them, and I will not spend a lot of money for a knife that I will use really often and sometimes abuse it. I prefer to treat my knives nice, especially the expensive ones. Okay, you can see here it has a nice wedge. I like the shape of it. It came to me with a rather sharp utility edge. It was not like the common utility edge which doesn't cut anything and it's a piece of crap. It was good utility edge which was sharp enough. I touched it up a little bit with my personal sharpener and it was razor sharp, but after some use it became just really sharp. It's not hair shaving sharp right now. The blade is probably 440 stainless steel or something like this in this type of quality. The angle of the blade is a little bit abrupt, so you cannot get a really fine edge on this one, but there are some other knives that I will probably make videos on them, and I will point it out that you can make really good edges in cheap knives. As you can see, something else that I really love, maybe my most favorite feature on this blade, is the pocket clip. You can see how it goes upwards, so when it's in your pocket the whole blade hides inside it, and it's really nice for concealed carry, so the people will not really understand what you got in your pocket, and it's not nice to have a large portion of the blade or generally the knife sticking out of your pocket, because it doesn't look fine and a trained eye can find out what you have, and then it's better not to show it to everybody, because many people think that knives is only a weapon that is going to cause trouble to the people and everything, but most of the times knives is something cool that most of we just like and love and we like to use every day. The case is that you need to use it as an emergency defensive role is like less than 1%. So, but because of the media, as everybody knows, they just misunderstand the use of the knife and they try to point out that this is something harmful, that you should not carry it around, people who carry knives kill people, and all this bullshit. But anyway, we're getting out of the topic of this review. I might discuss this topic in another video. What I wanted to say, it has nice finger choice, as you can see here. It really digs inside the hand. It doesn't get slippery. It's really nice to do work with it. And also, as you can see here, it has some serrations, which are not serrations, some jumping, which they are not really functional. As you can see here, when I wear gloves and if I push really hard, my hand is not going to slip, but it's not like the really aggressive ones, the serrations that will make your hand not want to slip on the blade. But still, you get this finger choil, so when you lock it in, your hand and your fingers are not going to go over this blade and get a serious cut. You can see here the detail. It's really nice and beautiful knife. Okay, the retail price on these ones, it varies. I bought this one at like 13 to 15 euros, which was really cheap. As I said before, it's Chinese made knife. What problem you can find in Chinese made knives, let me show you. You can see here, these are the nuts and the screws you can find here. The screws, most of the times in the Chinese made knife, they're really crappy and they're not hardened, and when you try to tighten them up, they normally have a problem and they get out of shape, and then you will not be able to tighten them up anymore. On this knife I didn't find that to be a problem. Okay, it's not 100% very durable nuts and screws, but as I found out, it's durable enough. I tied the screws few times and they didn't make any show of damage, but of course they are not like really high quality, because as everybody knows, what you pay is what you get. But still, they're much better screws than many other Chinese knives, and they're much better hardened. Okay, another thing that I really like on this one, as I said, is the pocket clip, and I also like the material which the pocket clip is made, because most of the pocket clips in Chinese made knives are a piece of crap, and many times they start bending over, they start waffling around. But this is probably steel, as I can see, and it's really tight, and at the same time, even though that is really tight, it's really easy to get it in your pocket and out of it. So this is really nice, because many of the Chinese made pocket clips, they're probably for non-hardened steel or from aluminium, which bends like crazy, and you get really tired of it and you just want to throw the knife out of the balcony. Here you can see a little bit of the design. It's flow-through design, which is easier to clean without needing to take it apart. And as I said before, it's spring assisted, which means that it's not an automatic knife, because in many countries automatic knives are illegal and everything. This has a spring which gets the knife until here, and you can see here, you can feel the spring, and as you do it with your hand, you just put some power, and with the spring inside, it just gets greater, so it opens really fast even for people which are not trained to open knives fast. I can probably open every knife fast if it has a little bit of tension here, and I make it look like an automatic one, but this one is really easy even for people who are just starting to learn knives and everything, and for people who just don't know how to use exactly the thumb stud and make it flip out like automatic knife. But you can see here with just only a little bit of effort it comes out really easily. And also it's the flipper design, I will show you here. Really easy, really nice actuation, and you can see here it's very positive liner lock. Okay, what I don't like on this knife is that first of all this is tip down carry. I almost hate tip down carry. I rather hate the knives that don't have clip at all, but either way, this has a really nice clip, but it's not interchangeable. You cannot shift it in any direction. It has a nice thumb stud for lefties, but what the heck, you cannot switch it over for the left guy so they can put it inside their pocket, right? So even if you are lefty, you cannot switch the pocket clip. This is not good, but okay, as I said before, it's a really cheap knife. They don't really think a lot before engineering, but still it's nice enough. I really love this knife, and you will find me carrying this knife most often than any other of my knives, especially since I bought this one. This one is the knife that I carry the most. I really dig it, and it's also really light. It's feather light for what you get. I also like the patterning on it, but as I said before, you cannot flip it over, you cannot switch it from tip down to tip up and everything. I rather prefer tip up, because when you pull it out of your pocket it's ready to use, because this one you will pull it out of your pocket and you have to do this movement. Is not too much, is not too bad. Many people prefer the tip down carry because they say it's a little bit more safe. If the knife accidentally opens, they will not have problem cutting their hand while they try to put it in the pocket. But as you can see, this knife, you can flip it out as much as you want. This is not going to open. It has really nice tension on it, which is something I really love. Many knives don't have enough tension, and this is a big problem, especially if it's a spring assisted knife. But this has just the right tension. You can see if you do it a little bit it will not open, so it has really nice tension. No matter how many hours you will shake it out, it will not come out, only if you actuate it right. And as I said before, it's really fast because of the spring assisted opening. Okay, one last thing. You can see how little you can see from the knife when it's inside the pocket, and it's really easy to get out and really easy to put it back inside again. You can see how small is the portion which you can see from the knife, which makes it really nice for concealed carry. Okay, as you probably saw, this was quite a long video, but I really dig this knife, and for its price I believe it's excellent. Okay, there are some points which can be improved, but still I really dig this knife, and if you find it, I 100% recommend you to just go straight and buy it. Don't even think about it. It's really nice knife for all around use and everything. Okay, if you like this review, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me going. It really helps me continuing what I do, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching again. This is Nosfctech out.